Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm excited to welcome you back to another episode of Sports from the Cave, man. We are finally back. I know I've been gone for a little while, but I had to zoom out, look at the tape, you know what I'm saying? Figure out what's working, what's not, and go back at it. So we finally here. We're calling this season 2, all right? Season 2. How long is the season going to go? I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. I'm just being honest. So stick with me, you know what I'm saying? But got a great show lined up for y'all today. We're going to be talking about the NFL. Because the combine has officially kicked up. So we're going to be talking about the rumors and stuff that's going on there. And we also going to talk about who are the actual contenders for an NBA championship. I got a lot to say there. So y'all stay tuned, all right? I'm excited to have y'all here. Welcome back. Let's get it rolling. All right, y'all. So before we get started, I want to talk about something that's been really weighing heavy on me this past week. Rondell Moore, former wide receiver of the Minnesota Vikings, he passed away about a week ago. It really weighed on me because he was really young. He was only 25 years old. And it's just a reminder that when people cross your mind, when you think about somebody, make sure you reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you tell people you love them. Make sure, tell people you're thinking about them, because you never know what people are going through mentally. And it's really important that, people know that they can lean on us and stuff like that, especially men, because men don't really share their feelings a whole lot. So you never know what it takes for people to get up in the morning, what it takes for people to go to work every day. You just don't know. So my thoughts and prayers, my condolences go out to Rondell Moore and his family. And like I said, if somebody crosses your mind, please make sure you check on them, all right? So with that being said, let's talk about some NFL stuff. The combine is kicked up, and that's when all the GMs, all the coaches, they all in the same building, right? So they all talking and, you know what I'm saying, what if this, what if that? You just never know what can come out of there. Couple people I got on my mind, though, that I'm thinking about. Number one is Kyler Murray. I think the Cardinals are planning to move on from Kyler Murray, and the draft might be the perfect time to do it, right? Kyler Murray, they benched him, or they basically said he's not going to play at all the rest of the season last year. So I think that was a hint that it's time to move on. I think it's a couple people that'll be in play on this one. I think I got the Jets, number one. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers, number two. A couple of quarterback-hungry teams. With the Steelers, you don't know if Aaron Rodgers is coming back. I highly doubt it. He said this will be his last year, so we'll see. Maybe Mike McCarthy can pull him back. But I don't know if you want to go with a 42-year-old quarterback. I don't know if you want to do that. Another quarterback hungry team is the Jets. They got the number 2 pick. They're supposed to be taking Dante Moore. Dante Moore decided to go back to school, which I think he did the right thing, in my opinion. I think he needs another year. I think he'll be much better coming out after this year, to be honest. But the Jets have a lot of picks. They could easily throw a couple of picks at the Cardinals to try to get Kyler Murray. I don't know what the price would be or how much it would cost, but they could easily throw some picks there. They got 2 first-round picks this year. I don't know if you want to give up a first-round pick for Kyler Murray, but I think it's a big deal because if you want to make it to next year where that draft is more quarterback heavy, where it is a little bit more heavy in talent, as they say, if I'm Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, if you're going to make it to next year, you need a holdover guy, for sure. You definitely need a holdover guy. And I think it would be much better if it was one of these veterans. You got Kirk Cousins sitting out there who'll be a free agent. Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying I want Kirk Cousins as a Jet fan. I'm not saying that. But if you need a guy that can hold you over, I would go in one of those directions. Because you need to be making some kind of strides this year. Because if it looks like it did last year, you're not going to make it to 2027 for you to be choosing the Jets quarterback and all that stuff. You're not going to make it. So I think they should definitely look into Kyler Murray for sure. Another rumor going around right now, A.J. Brown. Nobody has come. This is why it's a rumor. The Eagles haven't come out and said we're getting rid of A.J. Brown. But as we know, the stories that came out last year, he wasn't very happy last year, so he could be looking to get out of there and move on. Me personally, I think the Bills should be on this immediately, right? A.J. Brown, you put him with Josh Allen, a number 1 receiver, which is what they really, really needed last year. They desperately needed a number 1 last year. So I think the Bills should be all over this now, as other teams should be. But as a contender, the Bills should probably be all over this. So those are a couple rumors that I've been hearing floating around. Like I said, nothing is for sure, but you definitely should see. All right, so moving on. Let's talk about the draft a little bit. Let's go through Mel Kiper's top 10, right? He puts his mock draft out every year. Let's talk a little bit about the top 10 picks. Number 1, of course, we're looking at the Las Vegas Raiders. Fernando Mendoza, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Fernando Mendoza was great all year long. He can put the ball on the mark. He's a tough kid. He makes all the plays. I really like him. Now he's going to a team that needs a lot more than a quarterback, but they do have a good running back in Ashton Genty. They also got Brock Bowers out there. They need some receivers. They need some O-line help. So, you know what I'm saying? But you got to start somewhere. And if you got a good base, which could be your quarterback, tight end is quarterback's best friend. Running back is a quarterback's best friend. You got a good base. All right. I really like Fernando Mendoza. Then at number 2, you got the Jets. Jets, he got him picking Caleb Downs. I like this because, as everybody knows, the Jets finished the season with not a single interception. Not one. So picking a safety, a quarterback of your defense, that could really, really help. They also need some wide receiver help, which you can look for in the second round. They also have pick number 16, so you can look for it there too. I think the Jets are actually in a little bit better place than people think they are, even without a quarterback, because I think they have an O-line. Now, when everybody's healthy, you got Elijah Vera Tucker. You got the tackles. One that was a rookie last year, played really well. They're probably going to, if they didn't already, they definitely franchise tag Brees Hall. You can't let him walk. And then, of course, you got Garrett Wilson on the outside. So if you get another guy on the other side of him, you got some pretty good young tight ends that can catch the ball out. So your offense can be somewhere where you can plug a quarterback in, and at least you're not making the playoffs next year. Let's just be real. But you can at least look competitive. That's the key. You need to look competitive. You need to look like, if I'm Aaron Glenn, you need to look like you made some strides or you're out of there. So, but I think they're set up for that on offense. They got to fix the defense. They have to. Of course, we let go of Sauce Gardner. We traded Quentin Williams. Got all these picks. So you got to do something with it. Number 3, got the Arizona Cardinals. You got he's predicting David Bailey, outside linebacker. Smart. They could go Alvin Reese too, which he has at number 4 for Tennessee, linebacker. A lot of Ohio State guys in here, but David Bailey was the dude from Texas Tech. Texas Tech had not a surprise season. Well, I would say a surprise season. They really took off last year, so they got some studs out there. You're going O-line with Spencer Fano out of the Giants, number 5. He's out of Utah, I'm sorry. With the Giants at number 5, that's smart. They could also go wide receiver right there. Get another guy on the side of Malik Neighbors. Looking at Carnell Tate coming out of Ohio State. That could be a good pick for them right there. You never know. O-linemen are at a premium, so I would think O-line, especially because you got to protect your quarterback. So number 6, you got the Cleveland Browns. He got Carnell Tate going right there. The Browns need a lot of help, so whoever they pick is help. Number 7, Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State. They could definitely use defensive help. Number 8, you got the New Orleans Saints. Mekhi Lemon, out of wide receiver out of USC. Not a bad pick at all, because they definitely traded what's his name over to the Seahawks, who played really, really well all year. So Rashid Shaheed. So they could definitely use help at the receiver spot. And then here's my surprise. It's not really a surprise, but I don't know what to call it, to be honest. It's not really a surprise, but this is a nice move. Talking about Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame to Kansas City at number 9. First off, Kansas City being in the top 10 is insane. Like, I'm just looking at it, it looks weird. You know what I'm saying? They usually have pick 30, 31. You know what I'm saying? It looks weird, but Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt are both going to be free agents. I don't know if they re-sign both of them. You probably go with the younger guy, which would be Isaiah Pacheco. Neither one of them tore it up last year. They really, really need a running back. So to go Jeremiah Love at number 9, that ain't bad at all. So I really like that pick at number 9. I really like the pick at number 10, especially for the team he would go to. Mel Kiper has Ruben Bain from Miami. Dog. Real dog. I watched him all year because Miami was on TV all year because, you know what I'm saying, they were always top 5. But yeah, him and Trey Hendrickson, that would be nice. On either side. I really, really like that. So, and I really like it for Cincinnati because they never have defense. They never have defense. And Trey Henderson went down last year. Another pick that I thought would be a surprise is further down. I know we were talking top 10, but let's go further down. And he has, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the list right now. 21, Steelers. Ty Simpson from Alabama, quarterback from Alabama, going to the Steelers. Um, Ty Simpson sneaks into the first round just because after Fernando Mendoza, there's not a lot of options. Not a lot of guys that you're going to say, I'm going to bring this guy in and start him. Now, what we do know is quarterbacks that go later or early second round tend to work out a little bit better than those first round quarterbacks, than the top quarterbacks. It's just how it works because they tend to be able to get a better chance to sit behind a vet, learn the system, and just play better. Whereas like Fernando Mendoza, you walk in the door, you're the day one starter. It's a lot of pressure. So, now I know Pittsburgh seems to like Will Howard, who was former quarterback of Ohio State last year when they won the championship. So I don't know. I don't know if they go with Will Howard. I don't know if they try to, like I said, get Kyler Murray earlier. They pick up Ty Simpson. I don't know if he's good enough to start. I don't know. So quarterback hungry team that has a decision to make for sure. I know the Jets could pick up Ty Simpson too. I don't know if they would use pick 16 to do it. I don't know. So, but that was kind of a surprise for me at 21 to Pittsburgh. Last time they picked a quarterback in the first round with Kenny Pickett, I think it was, and you see how that worked out. So, so we'll see what they do. We will see what they do. This time of the year, it's always pretty interesting because could be a lot of movement going on. A lot of movement on draft night. Last draft, I don't remember there being a ton of movement on the last draft. So could be a lot of movement this year. So we'll see. We'll see. Definitely stay tuned for the combine. Watch for the combine leading into the draft. It could get pretty interesting. Are you a dad? Yeah, me too. I just became a dad here recently, and what I found is that although it's tough, it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. And you know who celebrates that? Dad gang. And they don't celebrate us because we tightened some screws somewhere, or we changed the tire, or we took the trash out, or we cut the grass. They celebrate us because we're doing what great dads do every day, and we're taking care of our families. So what you can do is use my code right here, or go to the link in my description. Head on over to dadgang.com and shop all of their quality products, man. They got a bunch of different hats. They're even adding a ton of shirts to their collection, which are really, really nice. So don't miss out. Click the link in the description or use the code right here. Get you 15% off your entire purchase at dadgang.com. All right? And don't forget, don't let anybody take your seat. Shop Dad Gang, man. You won't be disappointed. All right, so moving on. Let's shift gears and head on over to the NBA. All right? Who can actually compete for an NBA championship this year? I'm going to give you my thoughts on this, all right? So in the East, we're starting with the Eastern Conference. We got the Pistons, we got the Celtics, we got the Cavs, and we got the Knicks. Now, I got a lot to say about my Knicks, so I'm going to keep that for last. But let's start with the Pistons. The obvious favorite, Pistons been solid all year long, right? And this kind of been a buildup over the last couple of years. They've been getting better every year. Cade Cunningham is absolutely ridiculous. Should definitely be in the conversation for MVP. So like I said, they're the obvious favorite. They play so hard every night, man. Like they throw elbows. They don't mind fighting. Isaiah Stewart don't mind throwing a punch. You know what I'm saying? Like this remind me of the old Detroit Pistons, to be honest, with Ben Wallace and them. They just played hard nosed. They play great team defense. Like they switch everything because they can. Everybody can guard every position. They just make it so tough. And then they get out and run too. Like they hold you to one shot and then they push the ball up the floor. Next thing you know, they're flying up the court. It's rough. It's rough, tough basketball. And when you play them, like you're gonna need ice after the game for sure. You definitely are. And more than anything, they believe what JB Bickerstaff is selling. Like he can tell them to run through a brick wall and they're gonna go do it right now. Like he definitely should be up for Coach of the Year. They're just a complete team. They got depth. They got big men. Like I said, Cade Cunningham is just ridiculous. He's hard to stop. But yeah, so they're the obvious favorite. That's the first team. Then you got the Celtics. Now, a lot of people call this a surprise. I don't think it's all that much of a surprise, and I'm gonna tell you why in just a little bit. But Jaylen Brown, number one. Jaylen Brown averaging 29 points a night. He's playing great defense. I think he's top 3 in offense and then top 3 or top 5 in defense. Like I said, best two-way player in the game for sure. Another reason, the looming rumors about Jason Tatum coming back, he would definitely be on a super minutes restriction, depending on and I don't think he would be off it by the playoffs, but he definitely come off the bench, and you got JT coming off the bench giving you 12 points and lighting up the TD Garden and it's going crazy. I mean, do I want to see him coming back? As a Knicks fan, no, but more as a basketball fan, to be honest, because I like seeing the best players play. I'm just being honest. And Jason Tatum is one of the best players in the NBA. And I would hate to see him have a setback or go down again. He's trying to come back in record time. So we'll see. We'll see. Another reason they could contend is because they have the 3-point green light from Joe Mazzulla. And they have good shooters too. They don't have the green light and guys just jacking up threes and missing. They can come out and light it up. And the 3 is a great equalizer, bro. It really is. You trading 2s for 3s, you're gonna lose. That's just how it is. So they score a lot of points off 3s. That gives them big leads. So another reason why. And then last reason is just experience. The team is experienced. The coach is experienced. They won a championship before. They probably got more experience than any of the. Well, not probably. They have more experience than any of the teams I'm about to name. So that experience can carry you a long way. So do I think they can beat the Pistons? I don't know. Because the Pistons are really good, don't get me wrong, but playoff ball is different. When it's a 7-game series and you can lock in on a team and that experienced team knows how to get you to do what it wants you to do, changes everything, man. It really does. So they definitely have a chance. They do. I don't think it's a far-gone conclusion that the Pistons are just going to win. Are they the favorite? For sure. They should be. But I don't think it's a far-gone conclusion that they're going to the championship. I just don't. Next team, I got the Cavs. Now, I almost left the Cavs out, but James Harden changes things. But James Harden also has a bad track record in the playoffs. Now, he changes things because of the pick and roll. He gets the bigs involved. So Mobley don't have to work so hard for shots. You got Jared Allen, who usually would get points off of rebounds and put back dunks and stuff. Now he's rolling wide open to the basket because James Harden draws 2 men. It's different. It's definitely different. Donovan Mitchell, steady. You know what you're getting out of him. He's gonna play good. He's gonna give you 20 points. He's gonna get timely buckets. He's absolutely steady. And you need that for sure. But then on the other end, you just don't know what you're gonna get from James Harden in the playoffs. You just never do. I remember when he was with the Rockets. They had a game 7, and he jacked up a bunch of threes and missed a bunch of them. I think he shot 20-something threes and barely made. I don't even remember how many he made, but it was bad. It was bad. And, even with the Clippers, some games in playoffs, nowhere to be found. So his track record says you can't trust him in the playoffs. But if he can put it together, that team can be dangerous. It can. So we'll see with them. Now, moving on to the Knicks. Most people by now probably would have took the Knicks out of this category to compete for championship. Here's why I don't. Number one, I'm a fan. I don't want to see them out of running for a championship. That's number one. Duh. Number two, when the Knicks are on, they're on. When they're on, they are on. They're holding you under 100 points and they're scoring 115. They just do. Now, here's the thing about the Knicks. Inconsistency. And it's been all year. Right? And I'm going to be honest. It just seems like everybody thought this was going to be a lot easier. Right? As Knicks fans, everybody thought this was going to be a much easier path. And that's because if you believe that, I'm going to be honest, I never believed that. Because here's the thing about my team. I know my team. Me, my dad, and my aunt are in a group text when we watch all the games together. We always joke about how we all need blood pressure medication to watch the Knicks. That is because they are going to give you a heart attack almost every game. That's just how it goes. Even if we're up, a team will sneak back just a little bit and your heart start beating fast and you're like, all right, y'all. It's just the Knicks. We call them the cardiac Knicks. That's just what they do. They seem to play better when we're down. They see like the other night we just came back down 18 against the Rockets. Like this is just who the Knicks are. We've always been like this, right? And honestly, if you believe that this was going to be much easier because you believe that lie that all these media people try to tell you, the Eastern Conference is wide open. This person's hurt. JT is down. Halliburton is down. If you believe that lie, I don't know why you did, bro. I don't know why you did. Number one, the Pistons were good last year. They were up and coming the year before. They kept the same exact team. It hasn't changed. They just added a few players for depth. Did you not think that they were going to get better? Like, honestly, they're playing better than I thought they would. Like, they were a defensive physical team last year. Did you not think that the Pistons were going to get better? That's number one. Number two, everybody underestimated Jaylen Brown. Everybody. I don't know if he can carry a team by himself. Jaylen Brown been a dog. He's been a dog. And there's 20 to 25 extra shots out there a night. Did you not think he was going to take 12 to 15 of them? Did you not think? He getting 12 to 15 extra shots a night because Jason Tatum isn't in the lineup. Did you not think he was not going to take advantage of that? Like, he's bit like, I don't know why so many people didn't think that Jaylen Brown could carry a team. I don't get it. Did you think that because Jason Tatum was down, the Celtics were going to just lay down? Oh, Celtics just going to take an off year this year. No. They not built like that. Joe Mazzulla ain't built like that. He ain't built like that. Or we just going to lay down because JT ain't here. Are you crazy? Like, you really, really believe that? You pushing this whole thing on TV because you really believe the Celtics going to take a year off. Come on, man. You're crazy. The Cavs are the number 2 team in the league last year. The number 2 team in the East, last year. Did they go out in the second round? They did. But did they keep the same team? Yes. Yes, they did. Now they done added James Harden. That makes them dangerous. Did you not think that the Cavs weren't going to get better? This is just an off year? Come on, man. There's no way I was going to believe that lie that this is just going to be a cakewalk for the Knicks and they just going to walk their way up into a championship. No, are you crazy? Like, come on, bro. Like, there's no way I was going to believe that lie. So, here's my thing. Should the Knicks be playing better? Absolutely. Has Mike Brown made some mistakes? Yes, he has. Absolutely. Should Cat be getting the ball more and all? Should Cat be playing better? Yes. All those things are true. But here's the thing. The regular season means absolutely nothing in the playoffs. You don't need to play well all season to make it to the finals. You don't. What you need to do is get hot at the right time. That is what is important. And yes, we're in the back half of the season, and the Knicks look like, oh, they win some games, then they lose, and all of this stuff, especially against the best teams. 2 things about that. Number 1, we lost every game to the Celtics last year. They stomped us. We lost every game to the Cavaliers last year. They stomped us. That's number 1. Number 2, when we got to the Celtics in the second round, you can't name a single person, even if you're a Knicks fan, you were extremely nervous about that whole thing. Nobody predicted the Knicks to come back down 20 and beat the Celtics twice at home. Not a single person. You're not going to tell me that lie. Then on top of that, nobody expected the Knicks to even get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I made a video right before the playoffs started and talked about how the Knicks weren't going to get very far. I wasn't expecting them to go far. I wasn't. I just wasn't. But they made it. So here's the last thing I'm going to say and I'm going to move on. All right? A lot of this has to do with Knicks fans because Knicks fans are absolutely nuts, right? We have this belief that this team is supposed to just walk into a championship. Y'all, I'm 35 years old. I've only seen the Knicks be good the last 3 years. I'm just being honest. I remember a little bit about the Knicks going to the finals in 99. I was like 7 years old. I was like 8 years old at the time, right? So I don't remember much of it. I was probably playing with wrestling men in front of the TV while my dad was watching the games, and I just happened to be in the room. We got swept. Haven't made it back to the finals since then. right? We were bad. We were literally, and when I say bad, I'm talking about the laughing stock of the NBA. Horrible. We got Melo, right? We got Melo somewhere in there. I don't know what year it was. I can't remember. Right? Had some decent teams, but always got bumped in the first round. Right? I've never seen the Knicks be this good in the past 3 years, right? In my whole time watching the Knicks. Do I want to win a championship? Absolutely. But here's the thing. I'm just happy to see the Knicks even in the conversation, bro. Like, I am. Like, is there something wrong with that? No. No. I've watched them be bad for almost over 30 years. So the fact that they're competing, we're only 2 games behind the Celtics. Even with all this up and down, we're only 2 games behind the number 2 spot, right? So in my opinion, can the Knicks still do it? Yeah, they just got to get hot. They got to figure out how to get hot. Can they do that in this last few games of the season? They absolutely can, y'all. Like, I don't count it as over. I haven't quit on them yet. I just refuse to, because I'm like, if you look at Indiana last year, their season, same thing, roller coaster. But you know what? They got hot and rode it all the way to the finals. They got hot toward the end of the season and rode it all the way to the finals. So you can't tell me that a hot team, I just watched it. You can't tell me that a team can't strike a match and ride that to the finals toward the end of the season. So, in my opinion, the Knicks are still contenders. I went on a rant because that's my team. But in my opinion, yes, they are still contenders. All right, so let's move on to the West. Western Conference. You got the Thunder, you got the Spurs, you got the Nuggets, and you got the Timberwolves, right? These are the teams I think are the 4 actual contenders. So we'll start with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's just be real. It's the same team. They got a lot of injuries right now. They got to get healthy. That's a huge part of it. They got to get healthy toward this in these last month and some change. But it's the same team. These dudes still playing great defense, still locking you down, still running up and down the floor. Still got depth. They can bring guys off the bench. It's the same team, and they're dangerous. So, yeah, I love SGA. He's still an MVP, playing like an MVP. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. No drop off. So, no hangover from last year. So, they're definitely a contender for sure. You got the Spurs. 2 things here. Number 1, they're just as fundamentally sound as they have always been, right? They make the right play. They make the right pass. They push the ball when they need to. They get the ball down low when they need to. Very, very fundamentally sound. You can tell Greg Popovich still has his hand all over this team, even though they moved him in the front office because he had the stroke and all that stuff. This is still his team for sure, because they are very, very fundamental, and that's a team that's very hard to beat. Number 2, Victor Wembanyama. The big cheat code. That's what I call him. He's a cheat code, bro. He's a 7'4" cheat code, right? He changes everything. He can shoot the 3. He can shoot the mid range. He can get to the rim. He cleans the glass. Like, just him being there changes your shot, right? You coming around the pick, Victor Wembanyama steps up. You go to shoot that floater and you think twice, because if I'm going to shoot it, it has to go up so high that's going to change the trajectory of my shot. So now that easy point against another team turns into I got to kick it out. Most likely shooting the 3 and missing. He's just that talented, bro. And he's like, it's just a dangerous thing, bro. Like, we've never seen anything like it in the NBA. Like, we've never seen a guy this big, this tall, but this athletic, this much handle. He's a big cheat code, bro. So he makes you a contender just off that. Just being honest. So let's move on. We got the Nuggets. Jokic is finally back. They play through Jokic, which they should. He just makes everything easy for everybody else. He draws a lot of attention. If you step back, he can shoot. If you step up, he gonna put his back to you, back you down. He got post moves. He makes everything easy for everybody else. I was watching them the other night, and Christian Brown had like 7 or 8 easy points just off Jokic passes. A dunk. He had a 3-pointer, like, just because Jokic drew so much attention. He makes everything easy. Jamal Murray playing lights out. I think statistically he's having one of the best seasons he's had in a long time, or he's had in a while. But yeah, Jamal Murray is dangerous, and then they also need to get healthy though. They need Aaron Gordon back, but if they can get him back and he can be what he usually is, they can definitely contend for another one too. They definitely can. Now, last one I put in there, the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? And I put this team in there. I wasn't going to, but I put this team in there just because, flat out, I just believe in Anthony Edwards, man. I honestly, he has that much of my belief that I think he can put a team on his back and carry them to the Western Conference Finals, give somebody hell, and make it to the finals. Like, Ant-Man he's just that dude, bro. Like, he's just that dude. He just is. There's nothing else to say about it. Like, I don't know what else to call him. He's that guy. So, team-wise, I mean, you need Julius Randle to play well. Rudy Gobert, you got to have him play well. I mean, a lot of things has to go right for this to happen. Well, I mean, they've been in the Western Conference Finals past couple years, so it's not a far gone conclusion that they can't make it back and catch somebody. It's not. So, Ant-Man, I ain't even gonna say the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards can make the championship, bro, and contend for a championship. All right, y'all. So that's a wrap for today. If you like what you heard, please go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. So stay tuned for the next episode. Man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me as always. You can always follow me too. Follow me at Sports on the Cable on Instagram, at Sports on the Cable on TikTok. Yeah, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for staying to the end. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. I appreciate y'all as always. I enjoy y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. We out.